And we are live. So I'm going to be sharing. Hello, everybody. If you're here, I've got the legend, my first real live mentor. And oh my gosh, I can't wait to share Denis Waitley, Dr. Denis Waitley with you all. But I need to first make sure this is all on the right pages. So if you're here, hang on just for a moment. And let me get this shared into a few places. Now, Denis, are you going to get me later about servant versus status on this one?
Not at all.
Okay, good. Good. I just want everybody to see you. Share to my story next. Okay, and then share. Share now. Okay, good. So we're live streaming. Okay. So everybody, I am so excited to get to share with you one of my very favorite people on the planet, Dr. Denis Waitley, who has been a very important part of my life in my early 20s when I was just starting to believe in myself and my dreams and take some actions. I got to meet Denis, and we became he kind of took me under his wing for a little bit, even flew all the way out to Dallas on his own dime, came and spoke at an event, and then later contributed to paying for that event because it wasn't the total success that I had hoped that it would be. And Denis, I remember that moment you were asking me, hey, how'd it go? Did you make any money? Oh yeah, you didn't make any money. Do you owe money? And you were so sweet. You sent $1,000. And, you know, I've had the privilege of meeting so many amazing authors, speakers, but you and I have been able to meet several times over the years, and you through and through just really walk your talk at levels that it's palpable and it's lasting. It made a lasting impression on me, and I'm so grateful for you. And yeah, one other thing I want to say about that is that I mean, there were a lot of tough times in my life over the years whenever I had to really reach for proof that, you know, I should keep going and that I mattered. And there were several times that I reflected on, well, Dr. Denis Waitley believed in me, you know. I mean, there were definitely some moments like that. So I just want to tell you, thank you for, you know, taking the time to invest in me and our friendship over the years.
Well, that's great, Adorable. I still feel the same way. You know, time goes on, but and distance comes between us. I haven't seen you for a while, but it's as if we were just talking yesterday. So it's great to be with you. I'm excited about what you're doing. Always a fan backstage, cheering you on, knowing that you're growing and continuing to reach. But I'm very excited also about my life because I've been given a lot of wake-up calls lately. I mentioned to you that a surgeon made a mistake when he was doing an operation that I thought was going to just be a slam dunk. It was just something I elected to do to keep me living to be 100 or more. And he cut my femoral artery by mistake, and I nearly bled out in the operating room, and I had several brushes with death during the past 7 months. However, as it's turned out, what it's done is made me appreciate every moment even more than I had in the past. And it's given me a wake-up call on how to live every day to be rich in every way.
And I can't wait to dive into that. That's so huge and also like, wow, so scary at the same time. And I feel even luckier that we're getting to connect and that you made it through all of that. For those of you that don't know, Dr. Denis Waitley is one of the original self-development kings. Right after Earl Nightingale, he had the very first audio kind of self-development program and has written several international bestsellers, Seeds of Greatness, the Psychology of Winning is an audio program, isn't it?
Right. It happens to be, if you and I were in an elevator and I was trying to impress you in 1 minute, about the only thing I can say unique about me is that I've sold more audio programs than anyone who talks. I haven't sold as many as people who sing, but more than anyone who talks. So the Psychology of Winning Audio is the all-time best-selling audio program. And that's because Earl Nightingale got behind me, and that was at the time when audio was really big. Now, if you don't have video with it, the young millennials will not watch you because they want to watch as well as listen.
Well, and you let me convince you to be in the secret, which the jury's out about how people feel or not, but you were in there talking, you were part of some pretty important studies that I'm looking forward to talking about too, of visualization and how they affect our performance, both physically and also mentally, emotionally. And you have been selling and speaking abroad, especially in Asia, for years now, and kind of peeled that back with some of the things that have happened lately, right?
Yeah, I've been in China a lot because China believes that old people are still wise. So when you start getting to be a senior citizen plus, you go to China because they say, "Oh, sir, you are so old and so wise." And I say, "Remember the wise part, but I seem to have left my car keys in the refrigerator." So I've been a big hit in China for the past 20 years because I knew that Americans wanted new, fresh, young, the more Tony Robbins kind of guy, and I'm the more Jim Rohn, Earl Nightingale, Norman Vincent Peale, Robert Schuller. So I am one of the originals. In fact, I've been giving the eulogies at Jim Rohn and Wayne Dyer and Zig Ziglar and Stephen Covey and Robert Schuller's funerals. And it's kind of scary for me because that means, wait a minute, these are all my friends and these are my genre. But again, I think young, I stay young, I'm trying to keep up with it. And I realize that we have to get a lot of information across in short sound and short bites instead of the long programs where you sit and listen for a half hour. You need to get information out very quickly. So I'm trying to stay relevant and current that way, but it's been a wonderful ride. You know, you and I talked earlier. Earl Nightingale discovered me by hearing a little audio of mine, and he called me and said, you have a nice voice, kind of like Pat Boone, although people don't know who Pat Boone is because he was a singer in the 60s, 50s and 60s. But he said, you have a believable story. You're like Jiminy Cricket, and you talk to us in our ear. So it's been wonderful to be part of that original movement. You know, Stephen Covey with his 7 Habits, and you know, Seeds of Greatness for me, and some of the others. I've actually written 20 books. I try to write a book every 18 months. So, but the books are mostly the same in that they have a different cover and a different title. But I guess the story is always not only if you think you can, but if you look inside rather than outside, you'll find that there's more to you inside. Therefore, look inside instead of looking outside for your fortune.
I want to talk about where you start just now, where we started this conversation with. So this wake-up call, because you shared with me the other day on the phone some things some actions that you've taken. And so the doctor makes a mistake, and that turns into you almost bleeding out. And what else? What other thing?
Well, what happened is after they patched me up, I got infected. And as I got infections, it took me 3 months to conquer those. And after that, they found that the infection had spread into my heart. So trying to get a heart that would beat to 100 years, unfortunately, my heart became infected as a result of that surgery. So I had to go and do a whole bunch of other surgeries, and those surgeries caused me even more problems. So it's been 7 months for something that happened in September of last year. However, I should have put my phone on mute. I'm sorry. It's not going up. There we go. Sorry about that. That rarely happens to me. So are we still here? And now I've lost you. Are we back again? Where are you?
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk.
happen. Hello? 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 Oh boy. Oh boy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. There were these glitches. You know, I should also make sure that I do a run through with you so that we are hitting the pavement running. Sure. Yeah, we will. No problem. Either way, you know me. I mean, I'm cool. Well, we'll do. You just figure out when. Maybe it could be just as well because I thought it was something that I did or it did, and so I kept trying to get back on. But just as I was doing that, I forgot that Wednesdays are when the gardener comes, and he had one of those loud leaf blowers, and he was blowing leaves, and it was so loud. I went out and said, no, I'm on a live webinar. And he goes, oh, so no, but we'll be fine, Dora. And I just, you know, I'm happy to do it. You know, it's a win-win situation. So, and I'm getting ready to do some bigger ones in the Philippines. So this is good practice for me too. I don't mean practice because it's very important, you know, to edify you. And also I realize that, like we said, you have to be over 50 to really know Dennis very well. No, I know that, but seniors know me very well. In fact, when I see them and they have gray hair and they say, oh, my father used to make me listen to you all the time. And I said, you got to be kidding. How old are you? And they said, 40. Yeah, so. No, we will. Well, God bless you. You know, I love you, and I just help any way I can. And I know it helps me. Everything that we do together helps me too. So I appreciate that very much. So I'm looking at it as something that you're doing for me more than I'm doing for you. Okay, my dear. Well, hopefully the power will be back on, but you know, we got to start, and we're connected again. That's the main thing. And so let me know. And I do have plenty of free time because I'm mostly writing and you know, doing things on the web. So I'm not traveling as much yet. I'm going to do a big convention, 10,000 people in August, but I'm going to kind of lay low and do mostly, you know, I'm still trying to get stronger and get some muscles. I'm trying to get some muscles in my arms and shoulders. You bet. I see that too. I see that too. That's the way I view you, as the lady in red doing the tango. Okay, my dear. You too. Okay, thank you, Adora. Bye-bye. Bye.